Hey guys, welcome back to Waters Family Homestead. Alrighty, I just opened I threw in some scratch and then opened the gate. And of course, had to finish the scratch before they come out, but they finally did come out. And I took a peek and see how many eggs are in the pens today. Both sides did a little bit better. The middle pen still outlaid the White Knight's pen. So I think there's about 8 in the middle and maybe 6 over on this side. So either way, let him out, let him scratch a little bit. Louis didn't even come home yesterday, but he did today. And he wants attention. I've already put food in his dish and he doesn't realize it. But last time they were out, I had not cut grass yet. But I'm going to let them out and they'll go to roost when it starts to get dark and leave them like that. All right, I've already been to the garden, but I'm going to go back out there. I think I'm going to have plenty of squash if the bugs don't start. So I'm going to try to count them and see how many I actually have growing now. I'm not going to count them little bitty buds, but so you got 1, 2, 3, 4. That one ain't quite turned yellow yet, but it's getting there. 4 on this one, and there's a lot of little bitty ones that have not started yet, but they're getting there. All right, let's go to this one. 1, 2, 3, 4 on this one, and even more little bitty ones. And then there's a bunch of little bitties over there with one little green one, about 1 inch long, and another one. So there's 8 growing right there on 2 plants. There's number 9 and some more little ones. So, well over a dozen just on these 4 plants. I'm going to skip the zucchini and come down here to the squash. I don't think I've got anything but little buds on these plants. Yep. If I can get down there and show y'all. Just little buds all over them. So they will be squash. And that one's loaded. And this one's loaded. It's got a little baby one on it actually. And then that one over there, it's got some little tiny baby ones. So that white stuff on that leaf is bird poop. And these squash and zucchini leaves are shaped to where when rain hits it, it runs right down to the middle, or anything liquid, and runs down the stem to the base of the plant. So that's bird poop, and it ran all the way down the stem. But that's what that white stuff is. And then there's some like on this one here that has partially washed off. So that's what that is. The rest of the leaves, this is residue from bird poop where the birds are coming over here. But the regular leaves all look pretty good. I got a little spot there, but most of that white stuff is bird poop. So the zucchini has some lighter areas like that. Shows up really good on camera. But I don't see any fungus on the leaves. Now, see how the leaves are wilting a little bit? I don't think I'm watering the zucchini quite enough, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blooms on that one plant. And I see 3 right here. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 blooms on this one with that zucchini right there. That's going to be the first one that gets picked. And then that one over there's got a lot of little bitty babies on it. So once all these things start growing, hopefully they'll all ripen rather quickly around the same time frame, and I can put some of them up. But looks like I'm going to have a lot. And once this first dozen or so is picked, the next round should be more than that. Should be maybe a couple dozen. Anyway, today is my watering day. Now, I watered the tomatoes yesterday because they're new to outside and used to a little bit moisture soil. So I watered them and I added a little bit to the onions because you're supposed to keep the onions the soil, you know, soft. So I may be overwatering them, but, and that's all I watered yesterday. So today, everything will get a good watering. Now, it was a light watering for those that I did yesterday, but anywho, I showed y'all in the other video. See, I got a couple leaves here I cut off and threw out. And then there's some on the other side way over there that I cut off and threw out. And there's quite a few back here that I cut off and threw out. And I may end up pruning some more leaves off. They're still full, but I don't want to shock the plant and cut them all off at one time. So that one that's got more wilted leaves than the rest, I may cut a few of those off so that it's not trying to keep those leaves and supply, you know, nutrients to the fruit, to the zucchini and the squash. But anywho, I'm hoping my grandson will get to come this weekend. Y'all will be seeing this on Saturday. And look at there. Some of those blooms are just now starting to open. There's another one inside there. They're just now starting to open up. Tomorrow, the next day, they should be fully opened. But those things sure are pretty. But I want to show y'all, look at the base of some of these onions. That's 1 inch across. I mean, it's bigger than my finger. Some of them are still small and have some new leaves growing. So I think it's just an animal getting in here and knocking them over. But some of the bases are getting pretty big and some of them are still small. So I don't think it's done growing yet. But we'll find out, I guess, before it's all over and done with. But I did want to show y'all the tomato plant. See, that one looks very straight up and nice and strong. So hopefully it's going to be good. I'm going to show y'all the early peas too. There's another leaf that I cut off. But some of them are looking really, really good. The 3 that I planted in seed have not popped up yet. But look at these early peas. Y'all tell me, look right there. I've got little flower pods, looks like seed pods there. And I've got some on this plant over here as well. To me, that looks like that's where the early peas are going to come from, but hey, it's my first time, so I don't know. But these things, I just don't see it helping and doing anything. But either way, I wanted to show y'all. In the morning before I leave for work, from up at my truck, I can see 4 or 5 big yellow blooms from the squash and the zucchini because they open up early in the morning and they close in the afternoon when it gets hot. So I think the squash and zucchini is going to do well, which, like I said, anybody can grow squash and zucchini. But I'm going to go in there and get a couple of things done in the house. And if I can, I'm going to come out here and weed eat and try to knock this stuff down before it gets too much out of control. And if my grandson comes this weekend, I've got a little bit more weed mat. I really don't know how much I've got left. I'll probably end up buying some, but not right now. And see if I can't cover up some of these places where the weeds are trying to grow. And then my plan, and I think I've talked about this before, but my plan is to add another 4 feet of weed mat to the outside of what's going to be the greenhouse. So with the 3+ feet that's already there and add another 4 feet to it, that's going to give me room to put some more raised beds down the road. Those will be outside the greenhouse, so they would get planted later than what's inside the greenhouse. Just because, like if I planted on Valentine's Day this year, it was too early. That we still had a couple of frosts come. Well, I can do that if it's closed in the greenhouse, because it just got cold at night for 4 to 6 hours. During the day, it wasn't that bad. So I could do that in the greenhouse, but outside, those would wait until it warmed up after the last frost. But, you know, if I put 3 4x8s or 3x8s down the side, or 3x6s, whatever they are, and on both sides, and then put one on each corner of the front and back, that leaves the middle open for the doors to be able to get in and out. That's going to add a whole lot more grow space. But hey, I'm not ready for it yet. I'm not done learning enough yet, but I did want to talk about it. And there's my little, she's an Easter egger actually. She likes to explore a little bit further than the rest of them do. But y'all see, I've got a little more room under there now that the tractor's back to the front side, so I can park the mower in there and have room to get down both sides of it. And I'm gonna take my table saw and do something with it. I don't know yet, but anyway, all that's got to be done. I need to get this wire the old wire taken care of and put in the dumpster, or hauled to work for scrap metal or something. You know, I'll get it handled one day. But either way, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the thumbs up and the comments. It all adds up to help me grow my little channel. So I do appreciate it. Y'all remember what I've always told you. Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared.